everyone, and welcome back to Honey, We're Home. I am not John Patterson. John is coming for my job.
Yeah, John's coming for all of our jobs.
John is trying to replace me on this podcast.
John freaks me out. He's good at everything he does.
No, I feel threatened.
Yeah,
I thought I played it this morning. It came out today, and I said, I'm going to give it a listen because I was very grateful that Caroline and John went into the episode. It was a crazy week. We were deciding when we were going to record. Caroline was like, Nicole, sit down, be quiet. Me and John are going on. I said, yes. I said yes to that because that just really...
No, you had one... legit week from hell.
I think they're getting sick of me having chaos in my life, like a week from hell every week.
Yeah, but that was very real. Like between Mike, it was all real.
Yeah. So Caroline said, enough of that. You relax. You do some self-care.
Yeah.
And brought John on. And honestly, I am so impressed. It was such a good episode. Like, if you guys did not listen, go back right now. Pause here. Go back. Listen. Now come back. Because it really was so good. Like, Mike and I have a lot to live up to. I said,
yours
Mike,
is going to be great. Look forward to Nikki and Mike. That one is going to be absolutely fantastic.
If we ever get him in here, if he can, he's crippled. He has one arm right now. We'll talk about that at a later date because I don't need to tell that story for half of the episode like I did with the Louis one. But how are we feeling right now?
Good. I'm excited. Our episode today is all about self-care, which is exciting. I feel like it's the right time of year for that because, well, at least for me, like January is a bunch of refiguring your stuff out, and self-care is a part of it. Like, what am I going to invest in this year? Like, what are my routines going to be? What am I going to try that's new? What already works for me that I don't want to change? Like, all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like as we were planning this episode, like truly, at first I was like, oh, self-care, we're talking about that, like vague, whatever. No, it really is such a big part of our lives.
Yeah.
And we'll define like what self-care means to us and stuff. But I kind of was like, oh, I'm low-key high maintenance, but that's what works for me.
When I wrote down everything that I do for self-care, I also thought the same thing. Yeah. But I guess you could divide it out into categories and then you're like, okay, not so much. Also, I want to say, speaking of being high maintenance and self-care, we did get a question that was about explaining to husbands, not like them getting upset about how high maintenance you are with self-care. And I thought about this one time and I will forever be grateful to this guy. Once after college, John talked to a financial advisor and the financial advisor said like, are you guys going to get married? And John's like, yeah. And he said, a piece of advice I can give you for finances is never question how much her beauty routine costs. He was like, it's a lot. Smart, it's more than you think. You're not going to get anywhere trying to crunch pennies on it. You're not going to get anywhere telling her to cut back.
No.
Just that's a fixed cost and let it be that. And I forever to this day, I'm like, I think he said that to John while he was developing his frontal lobe. And so now John just like thinks that way permanently and it has worked out well for me.
We're all living in 2024. That financial advisor is in 2034. I mean, truly same. I'm lucky too. Like, I spend a lot, as we'll talk about. I'm sure many of you listening do as well. But if Mike ever tried to tell me, like, don't, no. I mean, it all goes into like mental health at the end of the day, which we'll get to. But yes, a lot of this is going to be about how to look good. And we're not like these vain girls just sitting here talking about how to look good, but we are girls, and this episode is for the girls. Sorry, move over, John. It's for the girls.
It is, yeah.
But it really, like, at the end of the day, we are girls, and this is such a thing we love to talk about. You and I, before this, we talked on the phone for like 30 minutes before this about all this stuff. I was like, we could talk about all this forever. So, like, this is for the girls, and guys, just be okay with it.
So I think that we're going to talk a little bit about our holy grails for beauty, physical, mental, emotional health, skincare, all of that. And then I think we're going to talk a little bit about some things that we've tried, loved or hated, and our Recs of the week, kind of based on category, honestly. And then we're going to go into listener questions.
I love Recs of the Week.
I'm excited for that.
We want to do that in every episode. Just to give a little teaser.
Get a little teaser.
Like, it can be like random things, just like things at the end of the episode that we are just freaking loving. Not to be like addy or spammy. Like, these won't be ads. Just truly like giving you guys just tangible things that we're loving, using, doing, that are making our lives happy.
I agree. Before we get into it, we should cheers.
Yes.
Nicole and I are trying sake today.
Show them the bottle.
Yeah, just because if you're watching, this is the bottle, and we thought, to me, pink gives self-care.
Yes.
So I
wait, real quick.
I know.
While we're on visuals here, Caroline and I are the angel and the devil. I think you can guess who's the devil. We are just complete opposite vibes. I look like I'm going to a slutty funeral service, and you look like you're floating off of a cloud. But also
Polly
like
Pocket.
a Polly Pocket, Taylor Swift concert.
Oh yeah, it's giving lover, but like the hair is giving reputation.
Yeah, you like tied in there. It's just so perfect.
Cheers. Let's see. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, it's strong. That's delish.
Okay, I like it.
Hate it.
Okay, and the other thing, because just on the principle of the matter, Nicole, we are not chill girls.
No.
So if we're gonna do a self-care episode, I brought us a little spray that's supposed to calm the soul.
Oh my God, we need this so bad. The day I get described as chill, I'm retiring.
So this is like the type of essential oil that you would put in your diffuser, but this woman, Veronique Gabai, she made it into like a perfume spray. And so I keep this sometimes, and as you can see, it's extremely full. So I don't use it, but I thought we could.
I just need to like get an IV of it into my lungs. Do you spray it on yourself or?
Yeah, and all around, like room and on you.
I love a spray.
Yeah.
I just bodied the microphone.
We've had a lot of coffee today. I thought like maybe.
Wait, also, not to make everything about me, but I am running on 4.5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
That's one thing we'll talk about. Like, sleep is just so important. And you guys know that.
And oh,
that smells good.
I am shocked that like I guess I'm not shocked that you don't get more sleep, but I am shocked because typically that's like, I feel like by the time we get to this age, women are like, no, I need my sleep. And guys are more like, get up early, do this, do that. And like, I don't know. I have to tell John all the time, you need your sleep. That's part of being productive.
I go through waves. Mine for me is a time management thing, which I'm always struggling with. I mean, right now, I just go through waves with work where I'm working a lot with my 85 jobs. Or then I'll be like, then I'll go through a lull where I'm like kind of light. But when I am going through a peak where I'm working a ton, which is always a good thing. The more I work, the more money I make. But when I'm going through a peak, let's say I'm done at 10 p.m. I don't want to go to bed. I want to live my life and like, I don't know, talk to my husband and family and watch a show or something. So then I end up staying up till 1, 2 a.m. and then I wake up at the crack.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Do you? I wonder if other people have this. This is one of the reasons I can tell that like my hormones are just like have full control over my body. There is like 1 week a month when I feel like I don't need any sleep. Like if I pulled an all-nighter, I could still go up and like be productive and like keep going and like running. And then there's always like a week out of the month where I feel like I actually am tired no matter how much sleep that I get. Like if I slept all day, I still wouldn't be rested.
Yes, I think there is that. I'm just not as self-aware and in tune with my body as that.
No, it's not that. It's like my eyes will shut on themselves.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, let's go out. Let's do this. Let's go get another drink. I'm gonna craft in the middle of the night.
Is it like are you saying it's the same time every month, like when you're ovulating or whatever?
Yeah, it's like according to my cycle.
Okay.
And I have had to explain this to John where I'm like, I do truly wish that I could control this. Unfortunately, I cannot.
No. When is it usually like right after, like when during your cycle is it that you're feeling up versus down?
I think it's the week, like the third. I don't know the numbers because I don't get my physical period, but I can tell.
You're one of those?
Yeah. Well, I get it like every now and then.
None of my friends like get their periods.
I get it like sometimes from my IUD. It's kind of weird. My acupuncturist was like, you should get it checked out, which is a whole story for probably even this episode, because she was like telling me to get my IUD out in July.
Your acupuncturist on? Sorry.
Yeah, we should. I mean, she's taught me so much, but she was telling me maybe like get it out in July, but I keep pushing it off. I know that I hate it in my body, like I can tell, and I'm putting it off because I don't get my period, and so I do not want to get pregnant, like by accident after removing this IUD, because I'm so nervous that like natural cycles or the basal temper, like nothing will work for me because I don't physically bleed. So like how are these natural birth controls supposed to help you when they're based off of tracking your period?
Yeah. I've just never not had a period. Like I get it once a month religiously, and it hits me hard.
Not having it's not all it's cracked up to be, I will tell you, because I can feel when I like need to get it.
Like I've skipped it before, like senior year spring break. I skipped it with my birth control. You know how you can do that? Yeah. But
like you skipped it on purpose.
Yeah, like purposely said nope.
Yeah,
starting that new pack.
Yeah. Okay, so do we want to kind of level set on what we describe as self-care?
Yes. So thinking about this before, I was like, in my mind, self-care is twofold to me. There's one side that's like, well, okay, before we even get into that, overall, self-care to me is anything you're doing for yourself. Sorry, I sound so dumb saying that because when you think about it, no shit. But it's like, okay, anytime you are literally setting aside time for yourself. Yeah. Meaning like you're prioritizing yourself. This is where I get into the twofold thing. Whether that's making an appointment and going, like I definitely think like making an appointment to do something to improve your body and mental well-being, whether that's therapy or whether that is Botox, those all count as self-care. But also just like taking the time to do something that is for nobody else but yourself. You're not answering emails. You're not cooking for your husband. You are taking a walk by yourself and listening to a podcast. Like that to me is self-care. Anything for yourself. My entire definition is whatever makes you feel good. So like, the Google should update that. Self-care. Yeah. Taking care of yourself. That was one of those moments where
no, it is. It's just like anything that makes you feel good, because it's like it's intuitive eating, but it's for your body. Like at any given moment, there is a totally different remedy for how you're feeling in terms of like, and that's all of that to me is considered taking care of yourself.
Right. Well, and I think like when we were planning this episode, we were like, okay, self-care is those things. When we think of it, the immediate thing I go to is the appointments and is the treatments and all those things that definitely cost a lot of money. And we recognize that. And you'll hear throughout this episode, like maybe dollar signs are going off in your eyes and we're just being transparent and honest. But we are going to talk about some of the things that we definitely do that don't cost money, because that all ladders into what self-care is. It's like self-care doesn't always have to be expensive.
No, I mean, self-care is also like journaling. Yeah. You know, it's like all of those things. So yeah.
And it's like, for me, a lot of it overlaps with beauty, because when I am being honest, looking good is feeling good. And like so much of my confidence comes into like feeling put together, obviously like mostly what's on the inside, but like just feeling my best self, feeling most put together, like just looking good in photos and stuff. Like I hate that sounds so vain, but like sue me.
No, I mean, it's true. You do have to do the inside work. But I do also think that like being real in the society as women, like we all beat ourselves up based on appearance, and it isn't necessary. But then there's like a line of like what is good hygiene, and then what is like putting too much work into your appearance because you're trying to overcompensate for something else. Mm-hmm. And I do think though that like for me, getting my eyebrows done makes me feel great. Like it's just, I do think investing in the way that you feel about yourself, even if it's appearance based, like that's okay. Like as long as it's not filling an inside void for you.
Right.
If it gives you a little serotonin to be like, I got my nails done, or I got my eyebrows done, or I got fresh Botox.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, who cares?
That's the thing. Like, bottom line, who cares? I feel like over time, society has gone through these shifts of like, back in like the 50s or whatever, it was like, you must look good for the man. Women must stay prim and proper, nails groomed, hair cut. But then we went to, but then it became like, okay, talk about like looking good. But then like we went through this weird shift in the world where it was like, oh God, if you're talking about what color your nails are and what color lip gloss you're wearing, like women should be talking about money and finances and saving instead, which I definitely agree with. Like, don't only talk about. But
just be into what you're into.
But at the same time, like, bottom line, let women talk about whatever they want to talk about. In this case today, we're talking about self-care. And, like, let us talk about what we want. Like, don't put limits on what women should be talking about.
I agree.
You know?
Okay, will you share with us? And then I'll share our top 3 self-care must-haves.
Yes. So this is like top 3 if everything else fell by the wayside. And this is just right now because mine shift all the time. But if everything else fell by the wayside and could do nothing but these 3. Working out, not to look good. We all know that. It's literally anything I do ladders into 2 things. Managing stress and my skin. Those who have struggled with acne know our life mission is to not struggle with acne. So working out for me is such a regulatory I just laugh when I try to use like
big word.
It's such a like way to regulate my system. So yeah, working out. And it's so hard to find the time to with work and all of our other life priorities. My coworker once said it best. She goes, I give so much of my life to this company. The least I can do is give 30 minutes to myself in the morning.
Oh, nice.
With working out. So like ever since she said that to me, I was like, you know what? You're right. Like make the time for yourself if that's important to you to work out. For me, it is because I swear my skin improves when I work out and my stress goes down.
Yeah.
So yeah, work out. We can talk more about the specifics later, but right now I'm loving boxing and solid core, so rumble boxing and solid core, which is Pilates. And then like walking through New York City is workout in itself.
Yeah, it is.
And walking Louis, always. The next thing, facials. Yeah. I'm a facial girly. I've tried every treatment.
Everything I do comes down to
skin.
To skin and working out. Yep, there you go.
It all comes down to skin. Facials to me, like I really try once a month to get into a med spa. I have like a couple spots. If you ever want to know, DM me in Hoboken and the city. I even got some in Delaware and Maryland. I'm like a kingpin with the whatever. I have spots everywhere, but some sort of skin thing. I kind of like laddered this into one. I'm kind of cheating. This is kind of 4 must-haves, but whatever. A big thing for me, which we can talk more about, this over the past year has been like facial massage.
Yeah.
My face, if you look back, I used to be one puffy girly. And I swear the lymphatic drainage of it all has improved my life so much.
Also, for both of us, the gluten thing.
Gluten.
Stopping that has literally, I can't ever say literally the same way again because John actually just made fun of me for I just had such a flashback.
I was dying at that part.
I will never touch gluten, even if it was just because of the way that it actually swells me up, like my face, everything.
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of other reasons too, and I'm terrible at breaking the no gluten rule, but I can confidently tell you from both of our perspectives that it is directly affiliated with how much we are bloating.
Oh, yeah. We were balloons with gluten.
It's true.
Not over, like, I'm not trying to be like, we're fat. No.
No. Like, but your fit, like, my body felt filled with water.
Puff.
Like, it was like bouncy, swollen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can tell in the face.
Yeah, me too.
And the new face, I love that thing. I use it multiple times a week. And then my last big one, my podcast walks. I am such a podcast girly. Obviously, this one is the number one. I actually do listen to our
cheers to that.
But I love a podcast walk. I walk Louis a lot, so I'll walk him, put on a podcast. Podcasts I put on while I'm showering. I put on while I'm getting ready. I have a whole playlist on my Spotify of podcasts that I like, episodes that have really spoke to me. I'm like a podcast guru. So if you guys
really
ever need Rex, come to me.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm not as great with that. I think that's a good one.
It's just like something I've been doing for a while. Like I'm not a huge reader and I want to be more. One of the things I want to do is read. But podcasts is like my equivalent to reading.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. It is therapy. Yeah. It's like,
no, it's not.
I feel like it probably is.
What are yours? I'm done.
Okay. Mine are acupuncture.
I want to unpack acupuncture.
So this is my like obsession of the moment, but I'm hoping that it sticks for me. Like I've been doing pretty well with it for like half a year at least. I went to doctors for like 3 years. Honestly, like a decade, but I'm going to say the past 3 years, like my endometriosis has like really taken a left turn and I've been super candid about it.
I'm so sorry. For those of us.
Okay, yeah.
Remind me like what endometriosis like is.
Endo is like when your lining grows outside of your uterus.
Okay, it's all down there.
So it's like super painful and there's not like a ton of research on it. So like when I got diagnosed when I was like 17 or 18, like they knew to do like a surgery for it, but like they didn't really know what else for treatment. And funny enough, like now retrospectively, I remember once her sending me to an acupuncturist because they were like, some people say it helps. Also weirdly, like something that they suggested back then, and I would be so curious to know if they still do, was like to put me into early menopause. And I was like, I'm literally 18, ma'am. No, thank you.
That's scary too, because then that could mess with fertility.
Yes. So then endo also obviously can. And so
sorry, symptoms of it are just like pain and
okay, well symptoms of it are like you could have excessive bleeding or like no bleeding, cysts, lots of pain, migraines, like gluten intolerances are tied to endo, huge hormonal imbalances, lots of weight gain, like
and a gyno diagnoses this?
Yeah, you like technically have to get like the surgery and then they're like, oh yes, we see it or we don't see it, but yeah, they can diagnose it. So for the past 3 years I've been no, it's okay. I mean, it runs in my family. I've been trying to figure out, like after we got married, I gained a bunch of weight like very quickly, and it just was like alarming to me because my habits hadn't changed that much to like see that happen so rapidly, and it was like very weird. And doctors were like, well, maybe you also have PCOS, but gave me no treatment plan. And I was like, okay, well, why is my cholesterol testing so high? That could be related to a gluten intolerance. I was having to piece this all together myself.
Right.
And then I finally went back to acupuncture because I was like, nothing else is helping. Like, I get it. Like, the answers are great, but I need help with my symptoms. And I will never go back from acupuncture again. I go every single week. It's literally fantastic. First of all, I have scoliosis. So the first time I went, I was like, I struggle with anxiety, depression, scoliosis, endo, like hormonal stuff. Like I can't sleep at night, like a hormonal imbalance. Like
it's linked to everything.
It's linked to everything.
It's like the gut.
I'm waking up in the middle of the night with my clothes drenched, having to go get in the shower. Like
it's wild.
Sheets are wet. It's wild. And they're like not overwhelmed. And they're like, okay. I can confidently say now, like, it has changed everything. Like, sleep is better, energy is better. My back, the way they do the trigger point releases is like getting a massage. You can feel the knot, like, pulse out of your body.
Okay, so how long does it take, and how, like, are you laying?
You're laying either face up or face down.
Okay.
They like it better when you're face up, but like my first 6 sessions I do face down, and they just had to work on my back. My lower back was in pain. Like all of my right side for my scoliosis is just terrible. Even the pressure points for where I get migraines, like back there in the lymph nodes.
I need that. I have one right now.
Okay. Oh, that sucks.
I always have a migraine.
Yeah, they're really terrible.
Yeah.
I get them.
I've just like lived with them
all the time. And so they just started to go to work on all of it, and all of it got better. And so when I took a break over the holidays, I went running back and I was like, it's getting worse again. Like I can feel it. Yeah, but they literally, so my hormones were like building up. My IUD, I won't like talk forever about this, but my IUD is on its like last year. And something I recently learned is that every year the hormone level changes on your IUD. Like they didn't tell me that when they put it in. And so I have such a bad reaction every January. Breakouts, bloating, like my boobs go up 3 sizes. They
the
hurt.
Are like re-upping.
Yeah. So I went to her and I was like, going through like a whoosh shift from my IUD. I'm like, it's really terrible. Crying 6 times a day.
Being a woman is so hard.
It's like actually, it can be the worst.
Hormones? We need a whole episode about hormones. 'Cause that's something I'm diving into.
And so she works on my hormones every single week. I went to her and 2 days later I got my period, and it was like a huge period, and everything went down. Like my endo settled. I'm pretty sure I had a cyst, like it popped.
After how many sessions?
I guess I had gone back twice.
Okay.
And then I went to her the next week and I was like, I got my period. It was a huge one. My boobs don't hurt. My back doesn't hurt. My boobs went down. Wow. My cyst popped. Everything is.
So you're just laying there getting pricked by needles and all your, does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt. Like when they do the trigger point, you can feel the pulse because they're really like getting in your back for like a knot per se. And then if something is really, really sensitive, like it'll feel tender when they put the needle in, but it doesn't hurt because it's such a little prick.
What if, God forbid, they hit the wrong area? They're trained not to.
Yeah, okay, no. I don't. Okay. Yeah, because they also do that. Like I get them in my head.
What if you're laying there and they put them in? How long are you laying there with?
It's an hour it's an hour appointment, and you lay there for like 40 minutes.
What if? 40, 45. I'm gonna flip like a pancake.
No, they put a guided meditation on you. Like they can put these blankets on you if you're cold.
Habit stacking.
Yeah, it's habit stacking, and it's a great nap.
Oh, I'm
like you can fall asleep. I fall asleep all the time.
My anxious ass won't be like getting up, rolling around with the needles jabbing into me. Mm-mm. Okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah, and also, you know what? I think if you asked them, they would put on a podcast for you.
I could use a meditation, so maybe I'll take a break from a pod.
If anyone is, I go to Within, love them because it's kind of like spa feeling. It's not like a medical office. And ask for Jenna in the Flatiron office because she has changed my life.
It's my sister's name too. I won't forget.
I know. Okay, so that's one. And then my others are just nighttime and morning routine. That's self-care for me.
We need to do a whole episode about routines.
Yeah. And then my third is listening to, right now I love listening to the 5-minute meditations on Spotify.
Wait, can we talk about those real quick?
Yeah.
Let's make a playlist for them.
Yeah.
Because I have some meditations. Mine are like 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah. That's I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I don't end up listening to the whole thing. A 10-minute is a great one too.
Yeah.
Those. And then can we also add in affirmations? Because I already have an affirmations playlist actually.
I like an affirmations meditation though.
Yeah.
Like that's one I go to right now.
I love that. Brooke told me about affirmations forever ago, and they're so cheesy. Like literally I'll just have like blasting throughout the apartment like, you are amazing.
Yes. You have to repeat after her?
Yes.
Wait, is it the 5-minute one?
Probably.
Oh,
they're all different times.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. They work. They literally work.
I like the one where in the end she makes you say 6 times, you are life itself.
Oh.
And it's like by the 4th time you say it, you're like, I am life itself.
Wait, can we give each episode, maybe not every single, but can we give our audience an affirmation to say right now for them?
Yes.
We'll each okay.
Okay.
Mine? You are enough.
No, that's great. Everybody say that. You are enough.
I'm sorry.
We'll take a moment together. You are enough.
What is yours?
Okay, mine is... Ooh. I was going to say you are capable, but that's like the same thing as you are enough.
No, I really like that.
Okay. We'll say that
like
together.
My favorite thing.
Okay. Ready?
You are capable.
Oh, I love affirmations.
Yeah, I like that.
But those are, I get anxious even if it's from too much coffee. I'm like, I can just put that on really quickly.
Yeah. It's
a win.
They're free too.
Yeah, Spotify. Exactly. They're free.
Which we love.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about things that we've hated?
Yeah.
And loved.
Okay. Do you want to go first or you want me to?
You go first.
Okay. Things that I've tried and loved, but that are not constantly in my routine is breath work and sound baths.
Gotta unpack those two.
Okay. So breath work. I love it in a class.
What even fucking is breath work?
It's extremely uncomfortable. Like, I cannot even put into words to you how equally peaceful and uncomfortable it is at the same time. It's so bizarre. It's really difficult to explain. It's a patterned breathing. Someone guides you through it for like an hour. It's really rapid. It's fast paced. In the end, you're crying and shaking. Like, it's uncontrollable. Like, you have no control over what's happening.
Ooh.
Your body kind of goes into like fight or flight, but then it like brings.
You're describing an orgasm.
I think you should do it first and then check back with me. And if your answer is still yes, we can go into that.
Wait. Okay, wait. This is a class?
Yeah, like people do. So you could do breath work. Like,
Where?
I'm sure a therapist was like, breath work in terms of like, oh, like calm your anxiety down. But I have done it. Like, there are these sisters in New York, and they are absolutely incredible.
What do you mean these sisters?
Well, they own Island to East Side. ITS.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah. They have this group of women that is like incredible, and they come and do these like breathwork classes in their studio. And so that's how I got introduced to it personally. But there are studios where you can sign up for these classes.
Can we take one together? I don't think I can endure this alone.
It is bizarre. But it does like bring up all of your emotions, and then it helps your body. It regulates your nervous system. But it does get uncomfortable when you're breathing, and it's almost like a workout, but it's not. And then you push through it, and then you kind of start, but it helps so much with anxiety, depression, just like the root of what it is, what you're feeling.
I am so intrigued in this.
It's very healing.
And breathing is so underrated.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this because I want you guys to hear me once a day in your ears repeating this, because somebody once told me that doctors and nurses will literally, medical professionals will say like the importance of, I think it was like either 1 or 3 deep breaths per day. We don't take enough deep breaths. And so just take a deep breath right now if you're listening.
Yeah.
I'll keep talking. It's so important. So that's why I really am so intrigued in this breathwork thing. I mean, I hear celebrities and like public figures talk about it. I've never actually had that breakdown that you just gave. But can we take a class together?
Yeah, we can.
And report back.
Yeah, we should.
I need this experience.
The other thing is sound baths, which everybody also has different relations to. I actually read that it's great for like female healing, for like female generational trauma too, and related it back to, well, I did a huge deep dive on YouTube, so like don't credit me on this, but I did find a video that related it to like female generational trauma that like blocks reproduction, and diseases such as endometriosis are actually like results of female trauma, like over generations, kind of like blocking you from reproducing.
Is the sound bath where you're literally just sitting there listening to
They do
sound?
the bowls.
Okay. And like a
The big
calming
bowls.
space.
Yes. Here's the thing though, that it is way more intense than you think. For me, like my body always starts to like move involuntarily.
Are you laying?
And you have like visions, and some people see auras and colors.
Where have you done this? Where are you doing? Are you like flying to Tibet?
You can do all of this in New York.
Okay, I like need to expand. I'm like facials.
I've done sound baths a few times. I know everybody gets on me for how much I love Christmas, but we always do like a self-care activity to kick off the week. And so we've done that before, where like we've had someone come and do a sound bath for all 7 of us. And seeing John do it is like actually hilarious. He like tried to get out of it. I'm like, no, sir.
Yeah, Mike's too. Oh,
yeah.
Wait.
But every time I've done it, I've had the weird movements associated with it. But it's also very healing. My mom has done sound baths before any type of surgery. Every time she's had a surgery, she does sound baths for months leading up to it. And she's like,
oh, I'm so sold. Caroline,
it's like fun. Yeah,
registering for a sound bath and breathwork class after this. I'm just so intrigued. I really need to like experience. I'm like, workout, podcast, facial.
No.
Like, these are like opening my world, and I've never been so. And I am a believer. I don't care if it's placebo effect. I don't care. It works. I'm a believer in things that I'll try anything, and I will do it. I'll try anything. I'm a believer. If it works, it works.
I agree. My last thing that I hated was cycling, and I think that's like
Soul Cycle.
Yeah, like a lot of people do Peloton, and I just can't. Like I think that for me, it made me more stressed out.
I could see that.
I think it spiked my cortisol. It's like I was like on edge. Like I was not a cool version of Caro.
It like hurts your badge.
Also, you're like waddling for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's because I'm like not sitting correctly.
You either love or you hate cycling.
Yeah, for me,
there's no in between.
Yeah.
I've like tried a couple classes. I never really was like, yes. Like it was just kind of boring.
What are yours?
I didn't prepare much. Okay. Meditation / affirmation love. I just need to meditate more. I like that. I could do 10 minutes a day of meditation. I really need to do that. I wrote down, this is so vague, long strenuous workouts. Not a fan of. Like Barry's boot camp. Once in a while I'll take a class if you make me with a friend. I'm just like not a big like strenuous like a class over an hour. Nobody needs
I've never tried Barry's boot camp.
Really?
I don't think I want to.
It's just like, it's very hard. People get like addicted to it. And I don't.
Why?
There's like a treadmill section. I'm not like a group treadmill girly.
Oh my God. Like you don't watch me run. Do not watch me run.
And it's like competitive. Like people are like turning up their treadmills. Not to like shit on Barry's. Ew. If you love it, you love it. People love it for a reason. But I took it once, so whatever. But
I have bad knees, so it's like not gonna work for me. Like I can't run that fast.
Yeah, no. Other than that, like I don't have any cool. I'm a big massage girl. Like massage, just in general. Like I used to have a membership at this one place in Hoboken. Now I'm big on like, I'll use now to talk about lymphatic drainage. I really want to start going to the Tox more.
Oh,
I went once, loved it. There's a lymphatic drainage massage place in Hoboken, a like nice
like get into
place.
The different types of massages and how they're good for you, because somebody did like submit that, and I am not well versed in that area.
I just love my body being rubbed. I don't care what type, but it really is so stress relieving for me. It releases tension. Like once in a while, I'll get like a pinched nerve in my neck or something, and I'll have to like stand like this for the whole week, cockeyed. And a massage helps it, like a deep tissue, I guess. If you want to get specific, they'll bring in some hot stones sometimes.
I love a hot stone massage.
Don't underestimate the power of booking a little more. Recently I did, instead of a 50-minute, I did like the 90-minute, which is like an hour and a half, which it flies by. I could lay there all day and do a massage.
That's what getting into your 30s will do for you, is like you're like, oh wow, I can actually afford the 90-minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I was like, you know what? Up that
They
shit.
always say, you really should come in for a 90-minute. And you're like, if I could afford that, I would be here right now for the 90
now
minute.
I can.
Yeah.
Thank you. I work hard. That's the thing. Like it's, up that to 90. Include the essential oils, the works. But then also lately, I'm just like becoming a lymphatic drainage girly.
Yeah.
I got this wonderful lymphatic drainage massage in at Reed Wellness in Hoboken, great little local spot. And it's so weird because at first you're like, why? It's called like MLD, like manual lymphatic drainage. And at first, when I first got one from her, I was like, it feels like she's just like pressing on my body in weird positions. Like this isn't doing anything. What the fuck? But then you really do feel so like you'll pass out that night. No insomnia. Ooh. You feel less puffy. You feel more energized during the day. Like I really think people are obsessed with lymphatic drainage for a reason. Like,
oh, energy is related to it?
Yeah, you're just releasing all of the toxins of your body. So like I'll go in and they'll be like, oh, your armpits are clogged as fuck because you're not using aluminum free deodorant. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to smell like a trash bag. So
valid.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about like draining out toxins. And with like the face, like I went to the Tox and got kind of like a lymphatic drainage massage facial, and I feel like my skin purged the next week because all the toxins were physically coming out of me, and then it was beautiful after. Like I love a depuffing moment. Anything that'll snatch me.
Wait, I love that.
But this all like really does relate into like de-stressing.
Yeah,
so
it does.
That's why I really want to do breath work and sound bath, because it sounds like it would help with stress. And then one thing I've tried, didn't love, we could have a whole episode about filler. I love my lip filler. Haven't gotten it in a while, so this is worn. I did cheek filler once. Wasn't a fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Beautiful on most people. I just like, my injector did a wonderful job. But now when I look back at photos versus now, I just wasn't the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Who's to say I won't ever try? Like,
I also don't know if it makes a big enough, to me, that's one where I'm like, I don't think it makes a big enough difference. If somebody asked me, is it worth it? I'd honestly be like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Unless, and not to be like weird, but like, unless you've gotten to that point in life where you're starting to lose the volume in your face, which it happens for everybody, at least women it happens for, but at all different ages. I think that when you get to that place and you're looking for volume, really I think that's when it really makes sense.
Yep. I agree. Yeah. I think like this whole, I'm very like pro any injectables. Like we all know that by now. I'm transparent. You are too.
Yeah, same.
Like do what you want to do. We do it all. Not at all. But I do think there's something about like all these people in our 20s and early 30s being like, we all need to get this Botox because everyone else, like sometimes you don't always need. But that's all about like finding a good injector who will tell you no to things versus just being like, yes, get all this.
Yes, I agree.
So
I agree. I like that one. That's a good one because that one's not really worth it.
True.
Out of the list of the things that are worth it for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet, like you said, one day it will be.
Yeah, one day it will be. Okay, we're going to give our recs really quickly for categories of beauty. Okay, for skincare, I will say my biggest splurge recs are my holy grail of face wash is the Suzanne Kaufman Purifying Gel Cleanser. And it's clean and it's a great brand and I swear by it. Also, I absolutely love the Clarins Dual Lipid Anti-Aging Serum. It's like a hydrating serum and I don't use like hyaluronic acid anymore because there's so much of it in there. I will spend my entire paycheck on that serum. Like I cannot live without it. It's Clarins Dual Lipid serum and it is expensive. It's over $100 and I am
what isn't these days.
I will like buy it from the duty-free Clarins in the airport.
Oh, smart.
I know. I really like think about it. Yeah, because you save like 20 $30.
Send her some freaking stuff.
Yes.
Clarins.
But that's a holy grail for me. And then also the Suzanne Kaufman toner. And I love in the winter the Kiehl's Barrier Cream.
Oh.
Is fantastic. I don't know how I stumbled upon it. I actually maybe they did send it to me. And I put it on top of everything and it like locks. I put it on even on top of my moisturizer.
Ultra Barrier or whatever.
Cream. And it's thick, but do not let it fool you because I will put it on and then put my makeup on top of it. And it is actually a fantastic makeup primer.
I believe it because your makeup always looks fire.
And I also put it on at night.
To lock everything
in, especially during the winter. That's my holy grail
and it's
of like
affordable.
Skincare. Yeah, that one is that one's
Kiehl's makes
normally
a good
priced.
Hyaluronic acid serum that I love.
Oh, I have that
just ran out of. That all their serums, but it's just like purely hyaluronic acid and it's just good to slap on.
And for your guys, Kiehl's is good too. For whatever reason, John's responded well to Kiehl's.
Yeah, men love Kiehl's.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I've been sent. Take everything we're sent. We'll take it seriously, but also like just to be fully transparent with you guys, like we definitely get sent a lot of products. So but we're telling you like the ones we like and dislike. We're
not gonna tell you anything that we dislike.
Yeah, we're not gonna be like just because they
like I've gotten so many moisturizers and I have disliked most of them. I just got one this brand is called Matter of Fact. It's a new brand to me.
Cute.
I hadn't heard of it. I love their brightening and firming serum and I love their moisturizer.
Cute.
But I think it's cool because I otherwise wouldn't necessarily know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very grateful for all the brands that send us. I don't want, like, obviously very grateful, but I just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
when
keep
we're
it in
talking.
mind. Okay.
But I will say,
Tell me yours.
I'll pass along some of the Kiehl's to Mike sometimes. And he loves it. That's why.
He loves it.
Okay, my skincare stuff. This is tough because I really do change my favorite skincares all the time. Right, I'll talk about what I'm using right now, but I will say with the notion of I do want to start switching back over to more all medical grade skincare, which is like what you can find at an esthetician's office or a plastic surgeon's office, like the Obagis, which I love that brand, or like Skin Science, those brands. So I am going to make some changes soon. But right now, my things for skincare, it's winter time. This is historically when my skin goes cuckoo, buck wild, breakouts everywhere. So I am focused on hydration. That's all. And exfoliation. So one of the things I've liked for exfoliation the past couple months is the Polish Choice BHA that everybody raves about. It's like you get it from Sephora, not medical grade or anything, but you swipe it on a cotton pad. It's helped with shrinking pores. I don't use this every single night because if you over exfoliate, your skin gets too dry. You fuck up the barrier and you break out. But a couple times a week, I'll swipe that baby on, and I swear it helps with the texture for me. My thing is all about these little whitehead things on the chin that I can't ever get fully down, but that helps. I'm using this Dr. Jart moisturizer right now from Sephora. I forget the actual name of it. I'll link it or something after this. We'll link all these things for you guys that we talk about. We'll definitely do that on the Honey We're Home Insta. But that I really like. I'm really about moisturizing right now. So I'll put that on like at night with this moisturizer that is so expensive. And I will say they sent me one in a PR thing and I'm so grateful, but I'm going to unfortunately repurchase it when it's out. It's from this plastic surgeon in the office, Dr. Gerald, or in the city, Dr. Gerald Amber. It's called their like Ultra Nourish Cream or something. I'll link it. I forget the exact name. It's a moisturizer, very thick, like you're saying, like you put it on top of everything. I always use this app. It's called Acne Safe. I put anything I'm putting on my face, I copy and paste the full ingredients list, put it in this app, and make sure there's no pore clogging ingredients. Yeah. So all these products don't have one ingredient. This stuff, I swear it's the best moisturizer I've ever used. And it just like you wake up, skin is moisturized, glowy. Yeah. And I love it. Last big one, I just started incorporating to get rid of like acne scars and things was the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum that everybody raves about.
Oh yeah, I love Caudalie.
And it
Caudalie. I don't know how to say it. I'm like I'm so scared of mispronouncing it because I'm gonna get a call from my sister.
Yeah.
In French, it's technically
whatever.
Like, okay.
We ain't French.
But I did recently learn I'm just as bad as her about it.
Yeah, it's tough.
No, it is. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, but that I really like. So far hasn't made me break out. Fingers crossed. But this, last night I was having some breakouts. It's just all like I'm bracing myself. So this is an ongoing conversation. Like that just scratches the surface of my skincare. Eye cream is very important to me. I love this Elastin one that my sister gave me that I've been using. I just this is all just, I have a vitamin C serum that I like from Obagi. I could go into skincare for hours.
That's good. No, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, we'll link the things we talked about though.
Okay. Do we want to say our favorite workouts really quickly and then we'll go to suggestions based on listener questions?
Let's do it. Yeah. Favorite workouts. I already said this, but right now, rumble boxing for that cardio, sweating, hardcore hit, and then solid core. I did a partnership with them, but I will pay for that class till the day I die. You don't need it every single day though. It's like literally once or twice a week.
Well, I was going to say mine is Reformer Pilates, and I really like this place Body Rock in the city. And it's kind of like solid core, but I don't know. It's like more traditional Pilates, but still with that like hype like environment with the music and the lights and everything.
Oh, fun.
But yeah, like you can do it like you could do it 4 times a week maybe if you're like a beast.
You'll get jacked if you do reformer Pilates too much. Like it's so impactful.
Your body is so like your muscles are so broken down from doing it that like there's just not enough time for them to recover for you to do it that much. But to me, that's like the best low impact workout that I can do while simultaneously like sweating and burning calories to like stay fit and tone and lean.
Yeah.
But there are some places in the city that it's just like not nearly a workout enough for reformer Pilates. Like it's nice and it's peaceful and like maybe it's kind of hard, but like it's, I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'll try any workout. And I just love a class. Overall, like I'm really not a go to the gym, motivate myself, stay on a reps plan. Like I've never done that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we have questions from the audience about self-care.
Yes. I think we should start with the budget one because a lot of you, we're talking about a lot of pricey things here.
Yeah. So what are some ideas for self-care on a budget?
Yeah. So, I mean, one I just thought of while we were talking that's not on this list is have yourself a cup of tea. Spearmint
tea's
tea.
Nice. Yeah. Well, you love spearmint tea. You literally love spearmint tea.
You've been here since my spearmint tea. I'm like gonna fucking turn into spearmint tea. Yeah, I mean, because again, it's good for skin. I need to like be a dermatologist.
Yeah, you should. That should be your second calling.
Yeah, I just any and all tea. I love tea. I'm a big tea girly. I think just like taking the time to like make yourself a cup of tea, sit with it, really like soak it in, and journal. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I go from like botox filler to like make yourself a cup of tea. Maybe. Truly, this is like more important than the appointments, I'd argue. But yeah, tea. And you love a journal.
I love a journal. My on the budget thing is morning and nighttime routines, whatever that looks like for you. Like seriously invest in it.
No, yes,
because it is self-care. Like for me, so my morning routine right now that I'm re-implementing, I took like a month last year to figure out how it works for me in this phase of life, which like, by the way, your correct morning routine changes every year. Like
bingo.
Your life doesn't look the same. You need different things. So for me right now, it's like we got the Hatch sound machine, which is not an on the budget thing, but it was a gift for Christmas. So I guess, I mean,
good gift to ask for.
It was a great gift to ask for. But like focusing on naturally waking up. So doing that with the Hatch is great because it's like with the sunrise, and then I have it set on like the birds chirping to like wake me up.
I want that.
And that's also like going to bed at night, and part of my thing now is like plugging my phone in outside of the bedroom. But in the morning I do coffee, and then I do my devotion.
You do coffee first?
Well, I do French press, so it like takes me a minute to make it. So like by the time it's ready, by the time it's ready, I've done journal, meditation, and devotion.
I need a devotion book.
And then I hit into like, okay, if I'm working out that day, it's like workout, shower, skincare, teeth, all the other things. Also, weirdly, I'm like lotioning is a self-care for me. I discovered last year.
If you take anything away from this episode, make it that like the easiest thing to start right now, lotioning.
Find a lotion you love, use it every single day. Part of my morning routine too that I figured out works for me, and I learned that my mom does this too, so it's kind of funny, but taking a shower every day, no matter what, in the morning, like a body shower. Okay. It like sets me. Like I don't know how else to explain it.
A shower or two.
Yeah, I just like, even if it's a 5-minute, like I will actually take my cup of coffee in the shower and I'll look at my to-do list on my phone while I'm just standing under the water with my coffee, looking at my phone. And it just sort of is like a freshen and a wake up. And then I can like lotion my body after and feeling just like the clean and soft.
Lotion.
Imperative.
It can be a $3 lotion from the dollar store. The act of lotioning it's a massage. It's a lymphatic drainage.
It's a lymphatic
massage.
drainage. And then at nighttime, I have learned to put my hair up in my little curl thing because it keeps my hair clean longer. And also then I don't have to do my hair because I hate doing my hair and it always falls out. Taking all my vitamins, that's a self-care thing.
Oh, whole episode about vitamins coming at you.
Skincare, and then, having like your whole wind down time with the light and the sound machine.
No, I agree. Like the routines, a wind down routine is something I want to talk about later too, just because that is so important. And if that includes like laying in bed and scrolling on TikTok for 20 minutes, then that's part of your routine.
Your wind down routine is so important.
Yeah. Like and that's something I really need to work on these past couple weeks. I just like my wind down has not been a thing. I think like for me, the nighttime skincare is definitely counts towards that. Like just especially during the winter when you just feel ugly. Yeah. Like for me, something that like I guess you could consider low budget is just like a full everything shower. You're in the shower, you're shaving your entire body. I don't have laser hair, something I need to do.
Yeah, I haven't done that.
You're shaving your entire body, you're exfoliating, after you get out, you're lotioning, you put it on your self tanner, whether that's the mitt with the foam or the lotion, I don't care. You're getting your self tanner on. You are spritzing a little body spray to smell good. Mm-hmm. Your hair freshly washed. Like that, skincare on, that is like peak self-care, low budget, everything shower, full peak clean. I recommend it on a Sunday. That's what life is all about.
I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
No, I think it changes the game, like for mental health too. Mm-hmm. Physical well-being and mental health, like that's the foundation of self-care that I think that you should be doing anyways. Mm-hmm. Before you get into anything else, which leads us to the topic of vitamin supplements and then what we take. For me, magnesium has been my holy grail of discovery via my acupuncturist, of course, but it changed the game for me.
Magnesium as well at night.
I take all my vitamins at night, which when I take my probiotics in the morning, I get sick.
Yeah, so we were talking about this because this morning I took a bunch of vitamins in the morning, which I normally don't do in the morning, on an empty stomach, and I was Ubering to work like a bougie bitch because I was overwhelmed, and I almost threw up.
Yeah.
Like I was sick.
I take the seed ones.
We love seed probiotic.
Every single time I've ever taken them in the morning, even if I eat 15 minutes later, like nauseous, sweating, feel like I might pass out. One time I had gone like a whole month without eating gluten and I took them in the morning and I ran into a bakery. Like I was walking and I'm like, and I like run into a bakery and I'm like, I'll just take a croissant. Like I shoved it down my throat. Yeah, because I was going to like pass out and vom. And that's not everybody, but like for some people, that is how they feel when they take them in the morning. And to that I say, don't not take them. Take them at night.
Yeah. I don't feel like that with the probiotic, but if I take like a handful of vitamins in the morning.
At one time.
Yeah. No, vitamins that off the top of my head, the big ones lately, probiotic, number one. Magnesium, we love. A B complex vitamin for skin.
Yeah.
Fish oil for like brain fog, brain
Fish oil
health,
is great for you.
All of that. Yeah. And skin.
Oh, yeah. And
inflammation. A zinc. That's good for like immunity.
Yeah.
I'm a big supplement girly. I go through phases where like I'll do athletic greens, which kind of includes all of that. The things that you do have to be careful with certain like included all vitamins is like for me, if I take too much biotin in certain time, I'll break out. Shocker. But
really,
so I love like an athletic greens moment. I'm not taking it right now, but I'll pick that up sometimes. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just a big supplement girly. I really love the brand JS Health Vitamins.
Oh.
They're pricey, but what isn't?
Yeah.
And I think they really work. You would love their magnesium.
I do the Pure brand.
Ooh.
It's like a white and blue bottle, just Pure. And then I also do the Something Complexus. I have learned to, starting in October, start taking vitamin D3, 10,000 IUs, whatever, and it also has K in it. And that actually is proven to significantly help with seasonal depression.
D3K2, is it?
It's D3 plus K. And they have it in 5,000 IUs and 10,000. And I feel like I'm missing a letter in there. But I tried last year and it really helped. And then so I've done it again this year, and it is something that significantly helps with seasonal depression because it supplements the vitamin that we're losing with the earlier sunsets.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, that's obviously why it helps, but it has helped my mood.
I need that.
Significantly.
I really need that. Last question. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but let us know which specifics we mentioned that you want us to like dive into more deeper in future episodes or like on Instagram. So, somebody asked, I love this question. Can you balance the sexy wife with the self-care night routine? Like what's more important to you? Like looking like a cute little baby doll, she said, or like being the heatless curl girl?
I can't balance it. I don't have an answer for you. I just do the heatless curl girl.
Same. I really think the marker of a true lover is somebody who thinks you as the heatless curl girl is sexy. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's when you put that ugly ass thing in your head that does the heatless curls. I don't do them because my hair is too poofy. But this, like, I look like a gremlin.
Yeah, I've been doing it every night recently.
Underwater seal, shark, Medusa when I go to bed.
Yeah.
And truly, like, pimple patches everywhere. And, like, Mike will, like, laugh and comment on me and think I'm still somehow beautiful. Yeah. And I'm sure John does the same.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I look cute to me. When I go to bed, I'm in cute matching pajamas. I'm never, and I don't even try to cosplay the sexy wife vibe going to sleep. Because do you know what is a sexy wife? Is a happy wife. And a happy wife is a wife that got good sleep. Yeah. So whatever that you need to do to be comfortable when you go to bed, warm.
I'm laughing about the girls on TikTok who do mouth taping before bed with like a shower cap on. Like that's the epitome. Yeah. Which I want to try mouth taping too.
A happy wife is a sexy wife. There is no in between. Maybe pick a night of the week that you want to do it.
Exactly.
If you have to.
Lingerie can wait. Not for bed. We're not.
I guess you could do lingerie with the shower cap and heatless curls.
Yeah.
I mean, gives Mrs. Maisel in its own right.
So true.
Yeah. That's all for today, guys. We love you so much. We will see you next week for Honey We're Home. You can follow us on IG at Honey We're Home Pod. Otherwise, we hope you have a great week and we love you.
Oh, and we have Christy Party of 6 coming on.
Yes, we do. So Finally. Stay tuned for next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.